Yo, Eric, we're over here on the Paranormal Hunt, and I headed over to this other building, and it's number 13. I was just telling Ron, my God.
People, it's kind of fun that trying to get back in that rhythm, get back to the flow. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the kind people that said nice things, after the surgery and all that. I appreciate it. Little fast update telling you guys I'm actually doing way better. I am walking around a little bit more. The hardest part is just getting up and getting down because you can't really bend the leg, but doing this show kind of helps get the rhythm back, having fun. So I appreciate everybody's kind words. I was submitted a video to show today on the show from Long Island Bigfoot channel. So I will do that.
The legend, L.I.B.
The legend himself.
That's how we announce him. The legend.
He truly is a legend. And so, and a lot of fun things coming down the line, if you guys didn't know, Monday's a little fast little pillow talk. Monday's a kind of a semi, I guess, special kind of day for me. I'm actually having a birthday on Monday that I'm hitting a certain decade in life that involves two number changes. Two numbers changing. And that makes you feel old.
70's a killer. 70's a killer, Eric.
Well, not 70 yet. But when numbers flip, when two of the numbers flip, like, wow, I'm hitting a new decade. But you know what? I always say you're young. You're young as you make yourself young.
Young at heart.
One of the best thing about doing the surgery is get myself where I'm flexible again. I can get back out there as much as I can. I mean, I was getting out there, but there's certain things I was limited to, but it's going to be cool to be able to I'll probably never get back to 100%, but even 70%, 80% means awesome. And I also want to thank everybody. Cartoon's doing very well. Last time I checked, it has let me see. Last time I checked on the cartoon, it does have 1,618 views, 95% likes. Who put a dislike on a cartoon? What cold-hearted person would put a dislike on a cartoon? What bastard is that? Shame on them. Shame on them. And the script, actually, thanks to Anthony, since I was like couch rhythm, couch potato the last couple of days, Anthony helped me record some voices so the next cartoon is already being put in place.
Yep.
I got to send Long Island Bigfoot his script. And if the next one, guys, before I get to the mysteries of the world, the next one is going to be kind of a weird, not make it or break it, because you're either going to get it or you're not going to get the next one. You'll see what I'm talking about when I come out with it, because it does deal with a certain phenomenon that some people know what's in that phenomenon. Some people don't. So the next one's going to be, it's going to be different. And I don't know how people are going to take it. It's going to be crazier. It's going to be wackier. Trust me, it's going to be wackier. But if I tell you guys what the soldiers look like in this cartoon, you're never going to guess it.
They'll definitely never guess it.
They're never going to guess it. So it is a little different, but I'm going to start off. I was told about this video actually through Danny. Long Island Bigfoot's my friend. He's our friend. I always go to his channel, but I didn't know that he put out this video. And it's kind of cool when other people say, "Hey, check out this latest video that all Long Island Bigfoot put out." So since it's Bigfoot related, here's my old-fashioned Bigfoot intro. All right. So let me pull it up. This one is called White Sasquatch. Now, for the record, when Danny told me to check this out, I was barely checking out, but like, you know what? I stopped myself. I go, you know what? I want to check this out live on air. So I actually have not seen this. So I'm curious on
insane.
Yeah, so I'm really curious. So this is my first time watching this, even though he put it out 17 hours ago. So I feel bad not watching it 17 hours ago, but I was on painkillers. Okay, people, forgive me. There we go. Oh, you know what?
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
There he is.
Ooh, hold on a second. Let me hit pause. Oh, is that what he's talking about? That
Yeah.
brown?
Look at it. You see two eyes, the face. Dead center, everybody. In between the trees.
It's like when I'm
Hey, not for nothing, Eric. Right above dead center, top left of that, there's two more eyes. Right there. Right where you are. Yep. Left and right. There's two eyes right there, too.
I mean, I'm going to continue playing it, but what's interesting about this one here, it looks pointy, like it's
Like a nose.
I'm not saying wood, but like it's a tree, like a tree monster. You know what I mean? Like a pointed witch. I don't play more of it.
I don't know, man. It looks like a face to me. Whatever the hell.
Seriously? Hi, my friend. Holy shit.
Trying to see if it moves at
He's
all.
like,
It looks like it's the eyes are
standing
blinking.
above
Is that
the
me?
bushes.
Was that me? You know what? I was like, is it like
Make the video full screen so we can
It
see
actually-
if it.
it is
No,
full
no,
screen? But,
I'll help you out.
oh yeah,
I mean,
I know what you're talking about. I can
I mean,
make it.
this.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
full
You're talking
screen.
about
Yeah. Here we go.
yeah.
Yep, yep,
My
yep.
bad. Here we go.
He, she, whatever. Look how tall that is. Yo, it's white. It's white. It looks like its like eyes are like hologram. You see how dark its eyes are? Yo, this is scary to an extent. I don't usually see white ones like that. He stuck out like a sore thumb.
Sure does.
Hi, buddy.
That's interesting. And when you go back here, that one up here really does look more like a face too, in a way, camouflage with the surroundings.
Yep, with the brush.
You got the black eyes, like the brush. I'm trying to look at any other spot in this picture, you know, like any other kind of I'm trying to look above. But the funny thing is about the eyes, I wonder. Actually, let me go back to the eyes again. I'm just slow motioning it because they look like the eyes flicker.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna slow motion it just to see if I can see a better. Here I'll go to 0.05. Hopefully that's not too slow. Let's see. See, yeah, it's like, or it's almost like it. Almost like it's blinking.
That's what I thought.
Seriously?
But could that be the camera
Could be
reflecting?
interference. I think it's camera interference.
I'm my friend.
Look how pronounced the eyes and the
Holy
nose are.
shit.
We know that's what it's like. It's
And you know what's
Like-
wild is the top portion of the face
He's
It's like
standing
watercolor,
above the
and
bushes.
the lower end of the face is like a more yellowish color. This part up is like a whitish color. This part down is like a yellowish color. You see it?
yeah.
Like two different colors.
You know, I wonder. In theory, of course, I mean, I can't sit here and tell you exactly what it is because we don't know exactly what it is. But if this is some kind of a red-blooded something, I wonder if it has like an animal instinct part where it automatically freezes, like camouflage, don't move. So hopefully they think you just move on.
I don't know
But-
about you, Eric, but I would have been right. If I would have witnessed that, I would have been right up on it. Either the thing is going to kill me, or I am going to get the best footage before I die. But I'm going to be right up on that thing, man.
I'm wondering, could we? Because how thick are those bushes in front of it?
I don't know. I would have got as close as humanly possible. That was insane.
No, I see what you're saying. Because yeah, your instincts is, I want to get in front of it.
But we say that,
or if you have somebody with you,
but I
somebody
say
to
that
get behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we say that. I would have did that, but I would have probably froze.
Yeah, it's hard to say when you actually see something in front of you. That is very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's crystal clear for a face. I mean,
Yeah, it's like it's almost in the same category as UFO. You can't identify it. You know?
yeah.
Is it a piece of wood? Could be.
I don't think that's a trick of the camera or anything. I think that whatever that is there. I don't know, man. Pareidolia, where you think you're seeing a face, but really it's just the way the camera's hitting different objects makes it look like that to your human brain. I don't know. I mean, Mike's a seasoned investigator. He knows what he's doing. If he put it up there that it's a Bigfoot, then I'm going to take him at his word. I mean, he was there. We weren't.
No. Well, Mike does the smart thing. He'll put out and let people put their opinions on it. What they think it is.
Very cool, man.
I mean, I'm sure Mike's not going to sit there and ever tell you that he knows exactly what it is 100%. He probably listening to everybody and, evaluating it, looking at it to give
Right.
their honest opinion. So that's all you could do.
Great job, Mike.
Yeah, and that's why you go out there, right? And
Just out of
that's why-
curiosity, did it make any sound? Did it break any branches? Did it grunt at you? Did it bluff charge? Did it do any of those things? Did it leave footprints there? Did you cast anything? I mean, so many questions are going through my head on that one right now.
All right, I got another video in the Bigfoot vein. Oklahoma forensic artist helps bring Bigfoot to life. So since we're on the Bigfoot right now, the part of the mankind's greatest mysteries of the Bigfoot, let's check out this artist.
This a great state or what is sponsored by Weoki.
Okay, yeah.
Oklahomans, perhaps you, celebrated Earth Day Saturday with organized cleanups and recycling drives.
But Galen Culver spent the afternoon looking a little deeper at pictures of our wild planet. He sat down with an artist who draws Bigfoot from eyewitness accounts.
Down by the creek at the river crossing.
Of all the people taking advantage of a lovely Earth Day afternoon at Adair Park in the town of Stillwell,
So I was able to see both of them.
these two men might not garner a second look.
Which foot was facing you.
Unless you
That's
got
what it
close
was,
enough
I
to
seen
eavesdrop on their
Back
conversation.
one, and then the front one was right here.
Specifically, D.W. Lee's description of what he saw a few years ago.
My headlight went and caught two Bigfoot carrying about a 300-pound calf.
Lee has told his story of encountering 2, maybe 3 large hairy creatures before, but never in this context. Never as someone like Jim Whitehead listened and brought the traumatic experience to life.
Thank you, Angel
Longer hair
Wings.
on the head. You kind of mentioned that.
Yeah, kind of makes me shiver a little bit from the whole encounter, you know.
Whitehead has a history of his own Sasquatch sightings to draw from. He started sitting down with people who had encounters of their own several years ago.
A lot of them like to actually have me do this, if just for their own sake, you know, so they can have something to say, this is what I saw.
At symposiums, at festivals, and hunts for these creatures, he slowly collected a unique archive of eyewitness accounts drawn with pencil, a forensic record of what a certain number of people out there insist they've seen.
So that's pretty close to what you saw.
Yeah. And
This is the picture D.W. Lee remembers from that night. 2 large creatures carrying a calf, walking away into the darkness.
it does take me back to the night that happened. And
It's not proof. No one Jim Whitehead has interviewed is arguing that. But there is some solace in it, a kind of picture of something strange they remember happening when no one else was there. In Stillwell, Galen Culver, News 4, is
The reason this story just caught my eye, because I remember, Anthony, you're telling your story, and you had somebody did a drawing for you,
Yeah.
and the drawing probably helped you out to help you remember even more of what you went through, because now you have something vision to look at.
Right here.
Exactly. And that probably helped you out. Now, I'm not here to say that guy really did see a Bigfoot. He's not pulling a fast one, but if he did see it, a picture can help you to remember. Like people who lose their memories, their stories, that if you take them back to certain places, memory starts to come in. I mean, was that like that for you, Anthony? Like when somebody drew a picture of your story, when you looked at it, did you have additional memories that came back because of it?
What had happened was the morning after I had that experience, I was watching Chad Smith. I was watching his show, and he had somebody on, and they were showing these aliens with these heart-shaped heads. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe somebody's showing this. Called Chad up while he was live. Like, I got to talk to this guy, and he let me on the show, and I was talking to this guy, and then I hired that guy whose name was Chris Holm to draw them for me. The way I seen him. It was just crazy.
Yeah. And it's a good way to compare multiple different people's, even though, like I said, if you don't have it on camera, different people's pictures to see how similar, how close they are, especially on the people who did the pictures that they didn't know you have one, you know what I mean? That they didn't see yours.
Yeah.
Like 2 separate people, and then you look at it like, wow, they're almost the same. They don't
Right.
even know each other.
And since I put the pictures out there, even more people have come forward. Even Daryl Sims, the CIA agent, the investigator I had on the show, even he witnessed beings that look like that. He told me when I had him on. So, I mean, that was really cool.
Angel Wings, this is for you. I appreciate that, Angel Wings, because every donation you guys put on this channel, honestly, people, goes directly up into the cartoon. And what I do also, I know you don't see it on here. Richard Sharp also helped out, where he helped me to get the next cartoon going. And get the next cartoon being made. So I also want to thank Rick Sharp for helping out. So
he's a great guy, Rich, man. Rich Sharp is a dynamite guy.
Yeah, it really does help. So I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna play a man witnessed a huge starship-like UFO circling. So let's see what this man saw.
Starship The thing was huge. Probably 1,500 to 2,000 feet long, probably 400, 500, 600 feet across, probably 300, 350 feet in air. It was big, it was beautiful, it was kind of a gray silver color.
And it was close enough that Bill could make out details underneath.
It had kind of a diamond-type crystal right in the middle of the bottom of it that was emitting blue and white reddish lights. I sat there and looked at it, went, oh my God. I've been under a super tanker on a fishing boat, and this thing dwarfed the super tanker. And it was just sitting there hovering within a quarter mile of my house, or less.
And Anthony, the reason I brought this one up is I know this shape is different than the one you saw. This one sounds like it's more round, but he mentioned about like a crystal in the middle with light coming down. And when you see like those three lights of your thing, do you think maybe those were more crystal-like shapes, lights, or
Nah, no.
no? Yeah, that's why I'm showing. That's why I'm playing. I want to see this
The
comparison.
underside of the one I seen looked like a sheet of black frosted glass. You know, no light. There was no light. It was daytime when I seen it. So I don't know what the lights would have looked like on that thing.
Then I got this other news story in Texas. I know it's been actually the story's been going around for a while now, but I wanted to get Anthony's opinion of mutilated cows that's been happening again in Texas.
This one's real. It's time for another edition of Conspiracy Theories. Tonight, let's go to Texas. 6 cows in 3 different counties were found dead last week with body parts missing, no signs of blood loss. Even the grass around them appeared totally undisturbed. Now, some are suggesting it was the work of aliens. Similar stories have been reported for decades. The first was in 1975. So why do so many aliens have beef with cows? Joining me now to discuss UFO Seekers lead investigator, Tim Doyle. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Thanks so much, Kennedy.
So you got to give me some answers here. This is so baffling. We are told that there were surgical cuts, that their lips and bottoms and genitals were removed. I read reports of hearts and livers that resembled peanut butter. What gives?
Well, I don't know about the peanut butter, but there was a regional Emmy award-winning mainstream media journalist named Linda Moulton Howe who investigated this phenomenon in
So you made a comment about this Linda person. Is this Linda person known to be like a hoaxer?
You know, back in her early career, she was credible. She was on point. But today, man, she's the one that's famous now all over the internet. A couple times, putting up UFO footage that alien autopsies of aliens that artists actually made, and she went around saying she got these pieces of footage from CIA operatives and top secret whistleblowers. And meanwhile, an artist had made like a mold of this alien, and she claimed it. And then the one before that, she had a picture of an alien that she said it was given to her by a whistleblower, and it ended up being the video game cover alien for PlayStation, Area 51's PlayStation. So after those 2 incidents, her credibility went out the window for me.
And now with any kind of a news story, she's going to make sure that her name gets mentioned with it. Even though she's probably, I don't know, I'm not saying she's behind this, but since there's a story about cows.
She's been investigating cattle mutilation since the late 60s, early 70s. So, you know, anytime you get the cattle mutilation reference, you get to hear Linda Moulton Howe, because that was like her baby. She broke that, you know. But sorry, Linda, your credibility is shot for me.
I just have a problem when somebody comes out and they say, I got this from a CIA whistleblower and all that. No, you did not. If you got something from a CIA or any government base, you're arrested. I'm sorry. You're arrested.
You're going to jail because they don't have whistleblower protection yet.
You know, I don't. It's amazing that people, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying people never get information from whistleblowers that maybe they're older in their life, but when they saying they're in the CIA still and all that, no, they're not.
Negative.
No. If you were given information, I think Ron mentioned this before, you and Ron mentioned before, sometimes when they say they gotten information from a CIA or something, what they're showing you is unclassified information.
Correct. Oh,
not classified, because information can.
Remember this?
Exactly.
So the federal government arrested this 21-year-old airman a couple of weeks ago for leaking secrets. Okay.
Secrets.
But then Corey Good and all these whistleblowers, they leak alleged secrets and nothing happens to them. BS.
Exactly.
If you're leaking top secret information, you're going to jail.
And what sucks is what they do is they take that unclassified information, they take the word "un" off in a way. So they do got classified information. They're just not telling you it's technically unclassified. That means that's public domain. Anybody can watch it. Anybody can read it. Right. Anybody can see it. They just kind of don't mention that part. But let's see if there's anything else interesting beyond that woman.
1979, and she was from Colorado, and it was there where she met a sheriff.
And one other thing, guys, and it is funny, it is on Fox News, where we know that Fox paid out $786 million for fabricating fakery story that it could have been maybe a 5% truth, and they fabricated it to an 80-90%. Not saying they fabricated this.
Sad, isn't it?
I would love to be able to talk to somebody from Texas that's near that area that can really tell us, hey, there is something here.
It's happening. It's happening.
It is happening. I heard that. Yeah.
You know,
not just in Texas.
Doesn't necessarily have to be aliens doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. You're right. And it's not guaranteed that these experiments are automatically from the world. You know, people. Listen, there's a lot of there's actually a lot of sick cults out there.
And not even that, man. When an animal is mutilated and it sits there for a couple of days, the blood drains out. It seeps into the earth. You know, the body starts to dry out after all of that, you know? So then they try to tell you like, oh, it was drained of its blood. No, it wasn't. It had a huge gaping hole in the thing and it drained out, you know?
Look at that. DNP says that kid lived near my old hometown. Wow.
Yeah.
I know it becomes surreal when it's close to home.
Right? Yeah.
It really does.
Sheriff named Tex Graves. And Tex Graves went on the record with her, unfortunately, privately, saying that this phenomenon was undoubtedly caused by some type of creatures from outer space.
Sure.
Now, also in New Mexico, there was a New Mexico police officer, a state police officer named Gabe Valdez. And Mr. Valdez investigated 90 cattle mutilations and 6 horse mutilations. And in one of those incidents in 1976, Mr. Valdez documented some type of triangular object which landed on the ground near one of these cows, and some type of small tripod objects coming out of this craft ranging from 28 inches to 4 inches, leaving triangular tracks in the ground. And these tripods, these small tripods, followed this cow for 600 feet, leaving tracks on the ground before this cow suddenly fell to the ground. So it's because of stories like that with local police officers, including in Texas and Levelland, outside of Lubbock, Texas in 1957. There was a Sheriff Weir, and a Texas Tech student who observed a 200-foot oval-shaped object.
Guys, I paused it on purpose because, you know, you gotta do that on YouTube. Any of these sheriff names and stuff they're bringing up that you heard of before, that you know that they really did research the...
When these cattle mutilations happen, the police are called to the scene. I'm sure the rancher calls the police because they got dead cattle. The vet got to come out, cause of death, all of that stuff.
They really have to go there no matter what.
It's livestock. Yeah. The livestock have their own police department, livestock police.
Yes, they do.
So they come out to investigate, you know, to see if somebody actually murdered the cattle, if they were mistreated or neglected, or it was another animal on animal attack, whatever. They do their investigation, right? But since the cops are called, it's on record that the police were called. These shady investigators try to use that the police were on scene and they witnessed the whole thing. Yeah, sure, because they had to come out to do their investigation. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're falling in line with your alien hypothesis. You know what I mean? It just means they were there for the investigation. And then they try to spin it their own way to sell books and shows and all of that crap. If any of this was true, okay, and extraterrestrials were involved, we would be hearing about it from the government. Okay, it would be nationwide news. It'd be on every newspaper that aliens are coming here and taking our cattle. I just don't buy it. All these incidences, no one's ever filmed it. Ranches, after they had multiple cattle mutilations on their property, set up cameras and trail cameras and all of that stuff. And you're telling me not one of them ever got anything on film, a craft, this happening? You know, I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't.
You know, actually, you made a good point. I always thought about that because live cattle is their life. I mean, that's their money. That's their company.
It's their bread and butter.
These cattle. And I know sometimes we think of them country people and all that, but listen, if the cattle was my money, I'm going to have cameras out there.
Hell yeah. You want to know what's going on and how you can protect your livestock.
Animals, and you're right. There's never any footages ever.
Never.
I mean, not that I've seen, not that I heard of. Now, it only takes one to make something real, but like you said, there's never no footages, no nothing.
There was one video that was going around of a cow falling through the roof of where the other cattle were. Okay, and with that story ended up being, because they tried to pass that off as a calf getting abducted, getting dropped back through the building after an abduction. What it turned out to be was the rancher had 2 floors of cattle, and the heifers got so heavy and distorted the floor in one spot that one calf fell through to the other floor. You know, the floor rotted out from them shitting and pissing on it. And that's what the true story was. But they made it like it was an alien abduction.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
But I wonder if they go to one, and it is technically 100% true, there is foul play that's from another planet. Would that information somehow ever get back to us, or would that be like shut down so fast? CIA or you know, these people have to, you know, whoever the investigators are have to sign some kind of paper saying you are not allowed.
An NDA.
I wonder if they will even would we even hear about it?
You know, let me retract something. You know, not so much that the government would tell us what was going on, but if it was like actual aliens doing this, it would be all over. It'd be front page news. People would be camping outside to try to catch it. You know what I mean?
It'd be the new Area 51.
Yeah, it would be all over the place. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
doesn't happen.
Roswell. People are dying for a new Roswell and a new Area 51.
Why would aliens travel halfway across the universe to come to Earth just to drink the blood out of our cattle? I mean, it makes no sense. Sorry.
You know, and I'm not here to say how dumb cows are, but you think they come here, they want to study us, and instead of studying us, you're going to study a cow that can't even survive without us in a way. You know what I mean? Like, why would you? I don't know.
But cattle mutilations happen, but animals attack animals. You know, coyotes attack cattle. They bite them. They try to drag them. The cattle's too heavy. It sits there and it bleeds out. And then they come back and they feast on it over, you know, the course of a couple days. It's, you know, and then you got, you know, other bugs and insects that grow inside of the cattle, and they slowly eat the, you know, the meat away, and it looks like precision cuts, but it's really just rot, the way it's rotting and being eaten by other insects growing inside it.
Let's see what else these people have to say.
Would shut down the Texas Tech student's car. And not to mention, there's also been a UFO sighting where individuals sued the U.S. government because one of these UFO type objects was being escorted by military aircraft and actually caused.
Hold on. Is that a real story? How first of all, you can't sue the government. How do you going to sue something saying the government is flying a UFO? I mean, that's got to be the biggest load of shit story lie I ever heard.
Slow motion said here in Ireland, they have to call the cops so they can claim the insurance. Same here in the United States. The cops got to get called for any animal mutilation so they can claim the insurance on it. It's just
you got to have a police report. You gotta have
Do you
a police
remember?
report.
Do you remember back in the day, like when Ancient Aliens and all of that first got started, and you had all those UFO shows just starting on the history? They had one episode where they were saying humans were getting abducted, and while they were getting abducted, they were witnessing other humans being pureed in vats, and the aliens would sit in these vats of pureed human gook. I mean, that's another BS story that turned
Yep.
out to be fake too.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's been proven. Like after the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind came out, seemed like everybody after that all seen that same kind of alien everywhere because it was in the movie. Or now, of course, a lot of people say, "Well, no, that's exactly what we saw." No, they drew it, and then everybody's seeing it now. Everybody is seeing that one shape of an alien.
I'm all
happens.
for, and I believe because I seen, craft coming here. I'm sure that there's beings that are here, but when you're talking about killing cattle, that just makes no sense. Why aren't they killing dogs and deers and bears and everything else, wildlife wise? Why cattle? They want steak and hamburgers and ribs. I mean, come on, makes
Like
no
that,
sense.
laugh out loud. Imagine suing the government only for the government to stick the IRS on you. You're right.
True.
We have what it takes. Yeah, they'll make you go away. That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, let's get into some paranormal videos. I got a paranormal video that actually I think Zach Groff is in this one. Let me see.
Nick Groff, you mean?
Zach is Nick. I apologize. Oh my God, Nick, you got permission to
I'm
slap
like,
me?
who's Zach
Call you
Groff?
Zach.
This is a new guy.
Man, I feel so bad.
This brown building that you see behind me is the historic Pratt Opera House. It's located in Albion, and it's said to be haunted. Built in 1882, the Pratt Opera House and the Day and Day building have seen many come and go. But according to paranormal investigator Nick Groff and his wife Tessa, who's a medium, some have seemed to stay around, even after death.
On Death Walk, we were investigating the Pratt Opera House. There was this weird energy, but not only that, voices coming through, and also a door opened on its own. And it was a very haunted theater, old, and has a lot of Civil War attachments and just different spiritual energies still there.
Even though Tessa wasn't able to actually make it to the Opera House, she was still a bit of help for Nick.
At one point, he FaceTimed me, and I was able to kind of remote view and kind of give a bit of a reading, or you got to go this way. There's a person over here. You got to, pay attention over here.
The theater was built by John Pratt. The ticket booth was run by his nephew, and there was a young boy who shoveled coal into stoves to keep the theater warm, all of which are said to still be here. The spirits from the Civil War, however, are from the Day and Day building.
It was weird because the door was it's a secret entrance where they would actually look in to see if there was anybody in there.
This is a Grand Army of the Republic meeting room where veterans of the Civil War and their descendants would gather for over 5 decades.
And actually, when you peel back like the paint and stuff like that, you can see all the original stuff that's still there, and that is where they used to meet. So a lot of the Civil War soldiers used to meet there and speak and talk and, conduct secret meetings.
The original door to get in and out of the room is still there, and it is still outfitted with the original peephole.
We're documenting stuff because we really want to see and pull back the layers of the history. The history is a real thing, and energy is a real thing.
Stepping into these rooms is like stepping into the past.
What I've learned in Western New York, there's so many haunted locations, and they're gems too. There's very iconic, historically driven locations where you start to realize that everybody has some sort of spiritual or ghost story that they want to talk about.
Becca Fifield, News 10 NBC.
If anybody ever get a chance, you guys should do a ghost walk in Gettysburg. When we did a ghost walk in Gettysburg, it kind of like Nick was saying, they take you, they tell you the real story of the soldiers, of what went on each building. They took you to secret rooms. You sit there, and they tell you the story, and then they kind of tell you the paranormal part of the story after the real story. And it's a cool cool environment. And if you can go to Gettysburg, you always want to go there for a ghost tour a week before July 4th, because it seems like they do fireworks show every day. And when they're telling these stories and you hear the fireworks and all that, it kind of makes it feel more
like you're in the battle.
like in a battle. But they also say on paranormal searches, like if you could reenact what was like for the ghost during that time, you might be able to see them more than not if you react, like play the record again. And they kind of
The paranormal is so much easier to swallow from an investigative standpoint, because you can literally go look up the history behind everything. You can catch things on camera. It's a lot more difficult for UFOs because it doesn't happen all the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's really hard to prove a case. But the paranormal, you set your equipment up. You got EVPs, REM pods, recorders. Out of 4 or 5 pieces of equipment, one of them's going to hit in a haunted location. And it's just so easy to investigate, especially the Civil War. People died there. You know bodies hit the ground. That there's a good chance you're going to get some activity. UFOs, you just go sit outside and it's a crapshoot. You got to wait,
Yeah, and during our ghost tour at Gettysburg, now me and my brother, we didn't see nothing on that tour, but according to our kids, his kid and my kid, they said they saw, when they're looking in the field, they saw some walking, and there's not evidence, but there's stories that kids can actually see more ghosts than we can. They're more open-minded in a way than we can. Now, I can't say they really did see something, but I remember my nephew's like, hey, look, that soldier's walking across.
Did you see it?
No, me and my brother, we didn't see it. But my son saw, saying, yeah, it's right there. So my son was saying that his cousin really did see something, but we didn't see it. But you wonder, can kids see things that we can't see?
I believe
there's
that.
stories that they can.
Yeah, I believe that, especially because their brain is still in development. They're not so shut off and closed off to all of these things. They're more open to these things being real, opposed to an adult that's a little more closed-minded to it, So I believe they can see it.
Yeah. Well, they say animals can sense ghosts before we can.
Yeah, like a sixth sense.
Exactly. Now, I got one where this guy claimed he caught a ghost sound on his thing. It's called a ghost. Ghost voice caught. Let's see. Poland. Paranormal bug session.
That's a cool device.
What are you? Nun? Nunna?
Oh.
Så jäkla häftigt. Sally.
Sally?
Witch. Jäklar.
Då är det inte någonting som tycker om det religiösa.
Oh my god. Alltså sjuka svar vi får tillbaka.
Vänta, wow.
Wow. Guys hear the
Det
growl?
var en till röst som sa någonting.
Oh my god, vad var det där?
Det var någon annan som skrattade också med oss.
Vi får tillbaka. Vi får tillbaka. Vi får tillbaka.
You can tell he's honestly shook.
Yeah, that's the only way you had to watch these. You got to look at their expressions, like were they really shocked? Let's watch. Let's see how shocked he gets.
Alltså sjuka svar vi får tillbaka.
Vänta, wow.
First face.
Det var en till röst som sa någonting.
Oh my god, vad var det där?
Det var någon annan som skrattade också med oss.
Vi får tillbaka. Vi får tillbaka. Vi får tillbaka.
Yeah, because right when you realize, you're like, because it takes a second to compute, when you hear
when Ron and I were out that time and we witnessed that thing walk past the window, man, I took so many steps back, I almost fell over. That's how shook I got, I couldn't even get my words out. I was like, duh, 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 duh. It's scary, man. Yeah, they are, Lara. They are very cool.
Then kids and pets see more than us. Yeah, that's what I hear. So, who am I to say my nephew didn't really see one? He might have. A lot of people seen things, of course, in Gettysburg.
Did your nephew describe the uniform that the guy had on, or?
It was a southern outfit. He said it was more lighter color. It wasn't the dark blue. It was the lighter color.
Confederate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Bet he'll never forget that.
then I want to show this re-enhancement that you did. Let me just hold on. Let me make it bigger. So this is a footage that you did, and you just re-enhancement. You made it like clearer. I'm getting.
Oh
like,
yeah. I just uploaded it today. Like I did all the digital enhancements on it, so it's not fuzzy or anything anymore.
You want me to show it, or you want me to just?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
All right, man. I don't know what we got. You can see it now in the sky here.
That's a nice re-enhancement.
Wow, what is that over Staten Island? Oh no, low battery. I'm gonna just keep plugging away. What is going on there? The moon is here. I don't know what that is, man. Oh my God, what?
You know, my question will always be on that would be, why can you not see it without your camera? Why can't your own eyes? You would think you would see that.
Both. And my wife was there with me. She actually commented in the comment section because she was standing right next to me and she could not see it with her own eyes.
But it's like, why? I mean, because the way your camera's catching it very well, the
And
shape,
it's
the color.
slow, man.
But it's like, why can you not see it with your eyes? And you said your wife was with you, so she didn't see it with her eyes. So it wasn't just your eyes, multiple people. But why only on a camera? And we know we catch weird lights on cameras, but you're catch something that kept going and going and going. So
Super slow, dude. Super slow. And then it just vanishes.
But why not?
Hit the video.
Is this? We are live over Staten Island, New York, friends. Oh my God, this is not seen with the naked eye. I don't know what that is. As you can see, that is the moon. This is no effect. There it is up in the sky.
I even hit it with a laser.
What? What the hell is this?
It's like that movie They Live. You can only see it with glasses.
This is illuminating the entire sky, ladies and gentlemen. It is illuminating the entire sky.
Massive.
Let me get a laser on this for you.
Watch.
Right here. I do not know what that is.
The only thing we found,
What?
because I worked with MUFON
Do
with
not
this,
know what this anomaly
3
is.
hours, like 3 hours and 45 minutes
Unbelievable.
before
It is just
this,
there.
SpaceX had a launch in Florida,
I did my CE5
which you would not
protocols.
see in New York.
Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to just pull back here
And you
real
would see it with
quick.
your naked eyes if you did see it. No rockets
As you
went
can
up,
see, I'm over the
no
ocean line,
satellites,
and that is about
nothing.
a couple hundred feet in the atmosphere. I don't know what we got going on there.
Then the cone vanishes and it's just a ball.
Wow.
Then it's gone.
My battery is gonna
Up behind
die.
the
It's
cloud.
dying. I lost the object. My God, I'm gonna change batteries and see.
Thank you for watching.
It's just weird that you could not see it with your own eyes.
No.
It's like,
if I didn't have the night vision, the IR camera, I would have never caught that. Would have never spotted it.
that is. I don't remember this video that I have, but it says U.S. Where is it? U.S. tracking more. Huh. Is this from the
Official revealed today that the U.S. government is investigating more than 600 potential UFO sightings.
okay, about
CBS's
that.
David Martin reports
Thank
new
you very much.
declassified video shows one flying object that has experts baffled.
David Martin in the house.
An American
this is that
military
Mosul
drone
wall.
conducting
Jeremy
Is this
doorbells.
the? Is
The
this? This is
Mosul-
not the. This is
the
not the
Mosul
fake one,
orb.
is it?
No, it's not fake, but they don't know what it is. It could be a drone for all we know.
Yeah, I want to make sure it wasn't from that one. So that one's
It's
that
Jeremy.
video.
It's your best friend's footage, Jeremy Corbell.
Yeah, fuck him. That guy's a fucking liar and a half. I don't believe anything from that guy. UFO spotted during. Let me see here.
Pink, this is your daily space and SpaceX news.
SpaceX's Falcon Heavy launched yesterday from 39A. This is liftoff.
And liftoff of Viasat 3. Go Viasat, go Falcon Heavy.
Oh, there's supposed to have been a UFO spotted during this launch.
Let's see how fast the rocket goes up, how bright it is.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How you see all the
footage.
flame and everything like that.
Side booster separation. Rest in pieces booster 1052 and 1053. At
Makes
T
a
plus
very
3 minutes
distinct
and
shape in the
51
sky.
seconds, I noticed that this thing
Dina
here
P
moving.
gets
For
dynamite.
sure it's
There it
not
is.
the International Space Station. I think it's satellite.
What the hell is that?
Anyone knows what is this?
This is what it is. This is this video is called UFO spotted during a launch.
That ain't no satellite, man.
Watch, let's go back.
It's amazing tracking footage. Side booster separation. Rest in pieces booster 1052 and 1053. At T plus 3 minutes and 51 seconds, I noticed that this thing here moving. For sure it's not the International Space Station. I think it's satellite.
That ain't
Anyone
no
knows
satellite,
what is
man.
this?
Way
Let
too
me know
fast.
in the comments. And we have stage separation, second stage ignition,
That was going a
and
little fast.
There was
phase
another one
separation.
that flew
We have
upwards
successful deployment
that he
of
didn't
all
see.
the payloads.
Did you catch that one,
We have a
Eric?
new lawsuit against the FAA regarding its
Is it in the beginning?
plus 3 minutes.
Very beginning.
Liftoff of Viasat 3. Go Viasat, go Falcon Heavy.
Tell you when. Be on the left side going up.
We have this amazing tracking footage. Side booster
Right.
separation. Rest in pieces booster 1052 and 1053.
Now there it goes.
At T plus 3 minutes
Okay, I
and
see
51
it.
seconds, I noticed that this thing here moving. For sure it's not the International Space Station. I think it's satellite. Anyone knows what is
That ain't a
this? Let me
satellite,
know.
Yeah.
Satellites move super duper slow.
And if he thought it was a satellite, why would they put up this video?
It was over there. It's over here now. I says.
But it would make sense, right? I mean, I'm not saying it makes sense, but if you're unidentified flying object that's from somewhere else and you see something being launched in space, I guess you would check it out. Like, what is this coming up from Earth?
And not only that, when they launch a rocket, they make sure nothing is in the general vicinity for miles in circumference. So satellites, debris, all of that stuff, they got a clear shot straight up. So nothing would come into contact with it unless it was an unidentified flying object. So that's why I don't think it's a satellite. Well, I don't think it's a satellite because it's moving too fast. But
that was a little bit way
UFO.
too fast for a satellite.
Mm-hmm.
Way too. And then I got
flip side, what's up, bro?
And then I got this one.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
you
Is it
showed
a
this.
UFO? We can't figure it out. A viewer reaching out saw these large bright lights in the skies over the strip
this
in
recently?
downtown. He says they're bigger than the helicopters we see circling many, many times. And we just heard back from Nellis. They say not involved in this.
Oh.
So if you think you know what these are, or you've seen these, you can reach out. Let us know right on our website, anewsnow.com. Top
Very
story
cool.
there.
Oh man, Mike's at the dentist. I'm at the dentist. I got 4 old school veterans looking at me.
Cockeyed. Dude, Mike, I gotta go. I gotta go in like 2 weeks, man. I'm getting implants on the bottom. I can't believe what I gotta pay for these friggin' things. It's killing me right now. It's like 20 grand.
What do you got to do?
I gotta get, because I had the motorcycle accident. I busted my teeth on the bottom. And
Oh,
I'm gonna get implants put in, but it's like $20,000 an arch. It's insane.
Ooh. God, that doesn't. What is this one here? I think I have one more. unidentified encounter.
Every time you say unidentified, I think you're talking about me.
But everybody's using.
What's he showing now?
Everybody's. Is this Skinwalker Ranch crap? Let me see. I don't even know what this is. Hold on.
I broke out the night vision monocular and was amazed at what I saw. I could see right through the clouds, and I saw every star in the sky.
Beautiful.
And it's at this point that I saw multiple unidentified objects.
Yep, there goes another one. It's crazy. This has been going on though for now maybe 4 minutes.
I want to see the object, not him.
I've seen at least 6 objects. You know what a satellite looks like up in the sky when it goes by? Like imagine that a little brighter and just like tons of them in a row.
Since the monocular was not a camera, I tried my best to hold my camera up to it, but I couldn't see what it was seeing. Luckily, I did capture one of the objects.
Famous.
I saw 8 to 10 of these.
That looks like
one
a satellite.
at a time, flying in the same place over the course of 4 to 5 minutes.
See, that's what I hate. They show you the object for a split second, then the video stops. Show the whole thing, you know?
I know, right? Boom, done. It's already done.
Oh, there it is. Video's over. I want to see the whole thing fly till you can't see it no more. Slow motion. My friend John P. Adventures is selling night vision monocular. It was like $300. He's selling it for $200. If you want to talk to him, it's a good one.
What's this one? Oh, over the moon.
Oh, I had this one a while back.
Yeah, it's the one that's over the moon.
And you seen the shadow on the moon, so that was pretty cool.
Right there. But can that be a bug just flying across the camera?
Well, how would the shadow get on the moon?
Is there a shadow coming from the moon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, there's the shadow. Now I see it with that ray. Huh. But could that be a piece of
Could be
rock?
a satellite. I don't know if China has any satellites around the moon, or us for that matter. The black object is the shadow. The little white object above it is the target. I wonder if it's a satellite. Whatever it is, it's close to the moon. I mean, really close, like right over it. Pine Island Research. What's up, brother Jeff? Good to see you, man.
New York
Times show the other day. It was good, Jeff.
That debunks Skinwalker Ranch. He has an interesting series, but can't explain it all. Actually,
Eric and I can help you. It's called bullshit.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna say every single thing on Skinwalker Ranch is all false, but 95%
majority of it, yeah.
95% is all
hyped up
bullshit. And listen, it's an investment, right? It'd be like if Anthony and I put money together and bought the Amityville Horror House,
yeah,
you know, and they're gonna do a TV show,
we would have to make back what we paid for the Amityville Horror House plus a salary for each of us to live on, you know?
Yes.
And then property tax and everything else. So keeping that in mind, Brendan Fugel, who's a millionaire, he's got to pay all those guys' salaries. He's got to pay for all that equipment. You know, he's got to pay for all their food, all their transportation, all of that shit. So keeping that in mind, you got to say to yourself, everything he's showing us cannot be real. He's doing that to make money. He has to. It's a business.
It definitely is.
And don't get Eric and I wrong. We want everything they're showing to be real.
Oh, of course.
It's just not. It's not economically viable. It's impossible.
Of course we do.
I would love for every single piece of footage ever shown to be real, but it's just not logical. You know.
Oh, you know, we want the truth to be out there now.
I just want the truth. I love UFOs. I believe in it wholeheartedly. The paranormal, the UFOs, the strange, the unknown. But just, we got to start weeding out the BS.
What's going on here?
So Sunday, I have Bob McGowan on, known as Science Bob. He was just in the new documentary with me on Amazon, Darcy Weir's new documentary. He's coming on with his girlfriend, Lala Bright. She's a psychic medium. So they're both really famous. So they'll be on this Sunday. Bob was a defense contractor for 27 years and a professor of math. And he worked for the government 27 years. He developed satellites. So we'll have him on and we'll talk this weekend about UFOs, the strange psychic medium stuff. It's going to be really interesting. If you know who Bob McGowan is from the History Channel and everything, then you know who I'm talking about.
Yep. And then Monday, guys, I'll be doing a live show.
Bob McGuire, forgive me. I always say McGowan.
And since Monday is technically my birthday, Monday will just be an open topic, hangout kind of a deal. We'll just show everybody's videos, kind of a hangout birthday, kind of a party this Monday. So, and all that. And I want to appreciate everybody for coming. I'm just getting my feet wet. It feels weird being like assigned to couches and resting and taking a lot of medication. So it kind of feels nice to be able to move around, like shake.
The doctor was telling me, they were like, after you come in and we put 6 screws in your jaw, oh yeah, you'll be able to do a show that night if you want. You'll be eating steak by the evening. I was like, what? I don't know about that. Might have to take a few days off. We'll see.
Well, I was planning to do this yesterday, but I'm like, I'm not ready to go down those stairs. I'm like, no.
Well, take it easy, Mo. Don't overexert yourself. I need you getting hurt.
Ooh, hey, Mike Johnson, we both got birthdays on the same day.
Oh, no, the boy. You got a birthday coming up Monday, Mike? We're going to have to do a special show. Oh, wait.
Mike's going to have to come on. That is awesome.
Yeah, Mike, that's what we should do Monday. Have Mike on. I'll send him a link.
Yeah, he needs to come on. So beyond that, people, hopefully you guys had a good time today.
Hey, and the video that Eric just showed you from my channel, if you guys have a moment, you don't mind just going over there and hitting the like button and leaving a comment, I would really appreciate it since we showed it over here.
Yeah. Doesn't take that much just to go real quick and do it. Takes a second, everybody. It takes a second.
And email me because the new stickers came in. I want to send them out to you guys.
That's
got the
awesome.
new ones.
So beyond that, everybody have a good weekend.